The snowfields of New South Wales are an interesting anomaly in comparison to other snow regions around the world. Snowy gum trees and wildlife share the mountains with the locals and the thousands of visitors making the journey each year to make the most of the varied snowfall, which can be sometimes good, sometimes fantastic, and sometimes a real shocker. Arguably the main centre of the New South Wales Snowy Mountains region is the town of Jindabyne, sitting on the same named lake where the old town was situated. It is the main hub for many heading to the two nearby main resorts of Thredbo and Perisher, mostly by car. During the winter months, non-four-wheel drive vehicles are required to carry chains, in case the roads are affected by snow and need to be fitted to tyres. Winter tyres are not yet accepted in lieu of chains in Australia as they are in other snowy destinations internationally. I'm hoping this can be looked at in the future, as not every car has the clearance to fit chains. Bus transfers leave Jindabyne daily in the winter period to get people to each resort, approximately 30 to 40 minutes to each resort by road. Perisher, however, has one additional form of transport, the Skitube. This train, reminiscent of something you might see in the Swiss Alps, which makes sense as it was designed by Swiss engineers, was open to the public in the late 80s as Perisher began to expand as a tourist resort. By using the Skitube, visitors are able to bypass the national park gates and the sometimes perilous higher altitude roads by leaving their car at Bullocks Flat, about 20 minutes drive from Jindabyne, and taking the train through the mountain directly to Perisher with the option of continuing further to Mount Blue Cow if desired. The ride from Bullocks Flat is a steep climb at a 12.5% gradient. It begins through the scenic bushland around Bullocks Flat before entering a tunnel which stretches on for 6.3 kilometres through to Perisher and Blue Cow. Skitube uses an electric rack system, giving it the means to climb at such a steep gradient successfully. For many years, the Skitube tunnel was the longest transport tunnel in Australia, until the Sydney Metro and M4 M8 traffic tunnels were completed in the last few years. The train itself has not had any major updates since opening in the 80s, so a trip on the Skitube definitely feels like a bit of a time warp. Inside, the seats are a hard plastic, and there is room to stand and store snow sports equipment. The trip to Perisher is just over 10 minutes long, so luckily if it's crowded or you're not too comfortable on the train, it is over pretty quickly. It's definitely a convenient way to travel to Perisher if you don't have the means to drive or if your car is unable to fit chains in extreme weather. One downside, and if you ask me it's a big one, is the cost of travelling on the Skitube. Although for pass holders the Skitube travel between Perisher and Blue Cow is included, I paid a staggering $132 for a return trip during the winter season, which at first I thought was wrong and that I had somehow booked multiple tickets or purchased a family pass. But no, it was really that much. Therein lies probably the most concerning issue with visiting the Australian Alps in the modern age. Prices are at an all-time high, with daily lift tickets at over $200 for an adult, and cost of travel and accommodation also not cheap and in low supply in peak times. The average consumer is looking at around $1,000 a day to enjoy this beautiful part of our country, which in my opinion is why many Australians are choosing to get more bang for their buck in the snow elsewhere, like Japan, rather than keep it local. While I can't see a short-term solution to this, I hope somehow we can make our snow resorts and indeed the interesting Skitube travel a bit more affordable so more people can enjoy them and not look elsewhere. So despite the exorbitant price, does the Skitube do the trick for commuting around our local ski fields? I would say yes. As stated, if you don't have a four-wheel drive to be able to handle tricky road conditions, it's a much safer and quick way to bypass driving to the resort, particularly as both Perisher and Thredbo have been reporting issues with parking, with peak times seeing car parks at capacity by early as 9 AM some days. While each resort owns the land within the car park, adding more parking to the surrounding Kosciuszko National Park would present problematic issues, and of course just encourage more people to drive to the resorts rather than seek alternate options. Extra bus services from Jindabyne could be a good start, but could a major upgrade to the Skitube be an even better solution? Extending the line from its terminus at Bullocks Flat to begin at Jindabyne, and having Bullocks Flat as a junction to change for an extra line in the other direction to Thredbo would not only save people having to get in their cars to get to the Skitube from town, it could also alleviate the major parking congestion issues at each resort, in turn keeping the roads less busy and safer with fewer vehicle accidents, another risk of driving in winter conditions. The extension to Jindabyne would need to be a two-way track to allow for more frequent services, but could be a relaxing and potentially scenic journey, with a mix of external tracking and tunnels. Imagine being able to see the beauty of the snowy region out of a train window without worrying about driving your car off the road. Yes, this would cost an absolute fortune to achieve, but I think it would be quite successful to get people around in a safer and more environmentally friendly way, provide a great alternative for ski field workers to commute from their Jindabyne hub to their jobs, and improve the tourist draw and economy in a very beautiful region of New South Wales. And of course, if the pricing system was made more affordable to the average person, even better. What do you think of this idea? Have you taken the Skitube before? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content. And until next time, happy commuting.